Well, howdy. Welcome back. Fancy meeting you guys here. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I'm changing my trolling motor from a 5-speed to a variable speed.
Oh, got one. Got him. Got him. Whoa.
There you go again.
I've been doing a bunch of upgrades to my boat lately, and every now and then I kind of make a few little changes as I get used to it, and my trolling motor was giving me a little bit of trouble. So I have an all-terrain Minn Kota, I think it's a 33 foot-pound thrust trolling motor for my 14-foot aluminum boat. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but it's got the foot pedal and I really like it. So 1, 2, and 3 would work, but 4 and 5 wouldn't work. Now, on these motors, and any trolling motor, there are these little, some of them are different, but on these foot pedal ones, they come with, you guys can see that, this variable speed switch. Now I've kind of taken this one apart because I was trying to figure some stuff out. This is the old one. I cleaned this one up and I managed to get 1, 2, 3, and 5 to work, but I couldn't get the 4th speed to work. Now, if you've done any homework and if you landed on this video, then you may have heard already that these aren't very efficient. So what happens when you use these on your trolling motors is when you go through speeds 1 to 5, no matter what speed your motor is on, it's still using 100% of its power. It's just wasting the power from your trolling motor. I find like 3 or 4 is usually a good speed to be trolling at. Like to find that sweet spot, it can be a little difficult. Sometimes you're either too fast or you're too slow. So I wanted something where I could tweak it. And of course, I'm a very big do-it-yourselfer kind of guy, and I love tweaking stuff. You might as well call me Tim. So we're gonna Tim this shit up here. So I fixed that. I tried to fix that one, couldn't quite get it to work. Purchased this, but the problem with this one is it works for a newer version. Mine, unfortunately, is a fairly older version of a trolling motor, but it works just fine, and I have no reason to get another one until maybe I buy a brand new boat. But while I was searching on how to fix it, I started coming across all these videos on speed controllers. Now, after seeing this, I'm like, huh, this is pretty interesting. I'd like to really give it a shot and see if I can make this work. And well, I know I can make it work. It's just a matter of how I'm gonna make it work. So I'm gonna go through with you. I've already kind of figured out what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna show you how it kind of works and what you need to do to switch from this to this and it actually be functional.
Here's the old controller for the variable speed, and this is how it basically sits in. So you have this little notch right here. So basically, it just goes in like that. You can turn it and it goes to each speed. Now the way it works is there are resistors in this motor right here. Now the wires all these wires here lead to all those resistors. They go through here and all the way up into here and then down into the motor where the resistors. When you switch to each gear, so on gear 1, you're basically essentially getting 20% of the power. 2 is like, 40, 60, 70, 80, so on and so forth. Basically all the way it works is I kind of got the ends cut off here now, so it's kind of hard to show, but I'll show a picture of the wiring diagram. I had one on my phone, so I'll share that picture with the wiring diagram of how this went on. So anyway, when you turn it on, when you're doing that, you get your different speeds and just goes like, it's not as consistent, and you're still using the same amount of power no matter what you're doing. It's just not it's not sending as much power to the trolling motor. It literally took me forever trying to like understand this. Now let me try and explain this as best as I humanly can. If you look on it, there's power, main power, your negative, and then this is where the trolling motor goes. The positive for the trolling motor, the negative for the trolling motor. We've got this, like I said, we've got main power, main negative, trolling motor, and then you don't even actually need, or do I need to set that up? Yes, I do need to set it up that way. Okay, yeah, that's right. So, main power right here, going in. Now remember, when you're putting these into, when you're putting in plug in, we got that. We're gonna screw that down right here. Main negative here now. So this goes in right here. This is my main power, and you want to put it on the far. You want to put it on the far side here. If you look like right here, if you put it on that side, when you start screwing the nut in, it just pushes the wire out. So if you put it on the left side, it threads it in better. Hey, buddy. So here we are. It sure did. All right, so here we are. So next, we've got this one here, which is my main power for my trolling motor. And this is actually a very easy step, and it's probably a lot easier than most people would realize. It was actually a lot easier and simpler than my head thought last night. So here we are. I'm gonna get that in there. Once again, I don't have the proper terminals for this yet, but this will do for now. Okay, so we got that. And last but not least, you can leave all of this right here attached. You don't need to touch any of this. This all works because all of this is attached to this switch right. This switch right here, the on and off switch. So anyway, let's get back to this. So basically, this is gonna go in here for the negative for this. There it is. I'm just gonna undo that a little more. I'm gonna try and just shove it in there so I can, just for showing you purposes, and then I'll go get all this. What am I doing? Wrong way. That's what I'm doing. There you go. Get in there. Just needed to hold. Just needed to work. Yeah, okay. Nothing's, as you can see, nothing's really touching. I will get it better, and I'm going to replace this. Replace the wire so it's a little bit longer. All right, I just gotta hook up the terminal, and I'll show you guys how this works. Okay, so as I was showing you guys, my camera died right in the middle of trying to show you how this works better. Alright, so basically so here's the continuous, right? So I got her set to continuous, and I got the negative going to that switch, which now allows me to control the motor, because now my negative is not disconnected. So basically watch this. So as I turn this up, It takes a second to get going, but once it gets going, it works really nice. And you can kind of really fine tune it. See how I'm slowing it right down? You can get that sweet spot, man. It's so cool. And then watch as I go up. And then that's how that works, that way. And then you can shut it off, no power going to anything, even though this is on. But that works the same as these switches here. So on this one, it had an off switch. You could turn everything right off and it would work. It worked fine. But being the person that I am and the do-it-yourselfer, I figured I'd try and, you know, tim it up, make it a little bit better. So now I'll show you guys the pedal. So that's the foot pedal mode, or I'm not sure specifically the name for it. So now this pedal, when I push on that pedal, I should be able to set the speed, right? So actually I'll show you with this. I'll set the speed here now. Okay. So I got the speed set. I got it set on 6 right now. And then, okay, now it's not working, right? So now I've got the foot pedal mode set, or I'm not sure what that MOM stands for. I'll look it up. I'll throw it up right here. Now the foot pedal's set. So watch this now. When I push on the pedal, oh, damn it. My bad. All right. So now when I push on the pedal, boom. Push on the pedal again. And I can go and stop as I please. So anyway, so now if I set this up to here, if I go to max, right, I'll set this to max right there. You guys can see that. And then, now you see it doesn't quite start off at the full speed, but it does work. And now it's at full speed. It just takes a minute to build up and whatever. That's really not a big deal. So with that being said, yeah, it's not a big deal on the max speed, because generally I don't think I've ever really used the motor on max while I'm actually in the front of the boat casting. Usually when I'm using the foot pedal mode, it's usually when I'm just, I mean, you can use it for trolling too. It works really nice because you just hook your foot and then just kind of troll around the area and wait till you hook up on fish. It'll work just great. So I'm gonna get this all put together, and then I will show you guys what the final product looks like. But as you can see, just to quickly go over with it. So all you need, it is actually a lot more simpler than maybe I am making this. I'm not, I just want to kind of show you and tell you how it worked. So this is the part that works. This part here is the part that works with the footer, which I don't need to change this. This stays the same. All I need to do with these negative wires that go to this switch, one goes for the main power, and then the next one goes for the foot pedal, is I just need to relocate this, which I'm going to relocate it to here. And then I will have enough room to mount this box up in here once I cut. If I can show you guys this, I'm not sure. Right in here, there's a bunch of housing that held this in. There was like a clip that held this in like this. So I'm going to remove all of that, and then I'm going to install this with maybe a screw or something through it. But the nice thing about that, once I put this back on here, then I might have to move it down just slightly because I don't think the holes line up particularly, but that's okay. It's not, I don't really mind. I don't mind. I'm adjusting it. I'm kind of changing it, making it work. And then all I have to do is just, I can turn this like this and I can set the speed with this dial. It does fit over top of, if you pull this off here, it fits. It's actually, this hole here is actually the perfect size for this. And then I'm gonna mount that in that, particular spot. And then I will have a variable speed motor. So I will get to this. Sorry if the video is a little long, but explanation, I feel something like this just explain it fairly well. I'm going to go get the rest of the gear, the couple things that I need, and then tonight I'm going to put this together and I will show you guys the video, or I will show you guys the throwing it all together and how the product looks in the end and how I clean it up. All right, I will talk to you soon. She's all done. Minus I haven't put the plate on the bottom yet. So as you can see, I'm probably gonna throw some, as you can see here, I'm probably gonna throw some silicone in here. I mean, it's not the most cosmetic looking thing, But you know what? It'll do the job and it's gonna work. As you can see here, the switch works. All the way on. Go like this. Turns off. As I said before, so you can see those wires right here. Those were the wires to the resistors for the old one here, for this old switch, which we don't need this anymore, and it doesn't work anyway, so you can't get the switch that I'm looking for. So, or you can't get this switch that I'm looking for, so we don't need it. I just cut them right off. It shouldn't affect anything. It doesn't mean anything up there. And then if you look here, I got the box in place here. It's out of the way, so it shouldn't get, it shouldn't directly get rained on or get, it shouldn't get ridiculously wet. But I'm gonna plug the power in, and we're gonna make sure this works before I go too hard on the rest of it. And then I just have to put the base back on, and she's done. Trolling motor fixed. So let's give that a shot and see how it works. We have limited light here. So test number 1. Okay, we're on. Please work. I'm so disappointed if it doesn't work. What the hell? Connected. Oh, there we go. Whew. Oh, I was so worried. Okay, test number 1. It's on. Look at that. Magic, man. Just maxed out. I think it might even spin faster than it did before. And let's try this. Yes. Yes. Awesome. That's exciting. Well, so just to recap on how this works. Just to recap. Okay, so on this thing here, you're going to run your main power and your negative. There'll be 4 connections. One's your positive, one's your negative. Now you're gonna run, this is the main feed going straight to my battery. So the positive and negative will go to the power, the main power supply for this switch. Depending on whatever switch you get, they all seem to have that general supply for this, these speed control motors that you can buy. Like speed control switches that you can buy. So you're gonna have 4 connections, positive, negative power, positive, negative to the trolling motor. Now the negative, yeah. So there is a negative. So on the main power, positive and negative on the main power, you will want to go straight to the main power and positive and negative on the switch. Now the power to the trolling motor will go to the power of the motor function on the switch. You'll see it'll say power and motor. So the positive will go to the power. The positive will go to the negative. God, I'm getting tongue twisted here. So the power will go to the positive for the motor. Now the negative, you will go to, show right here, this control switch right here. So this is the new negative. It was short, so I cut it and I put a longer one on, and I ran that. That goes to the negative of the motor switch on this right here. When you do that, it's actually pretty simple. I might be making this a hell of a lot more complicated, but if you can understand, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. And then by doing that, now I can switch, so where this is controlling my negative now. So now I can do that, and now it's continuous. So all I have to do is turn this motor here, and it turns the switch on. If you can hear it, I hope you can hear that. But this control switch also powers this button right here, so that when you're trolling with your foot, I can switch it to the foot pedal, and now I can push that, and it should start. There we go. There we are. And now it's working. Which is gonna be cool, because now you can really fine tune your trolling with this thing. Which I really wanted to do anyway, and you use less juice going towards your battery. I hope this helps. Don't forget to comment, like, tell me your thoughts on it. I can't go too much into the technical part of like the wiring diagram, because it took me a while just to figure that part out. I'm not an electrician. I'm just a handyman when it comes to this kind of stuff, but I'm pretty good at figuring stuff out. I just don't always know the technical part to it. But I hope this helps. Thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed this, and we will catch you guys on the next episode, which I'm not sure what it would be, but I'm doing a little series on my boat where I've been doing some upgrades, and I've already showed you the paddles, and I just showed you the trolling motor because I had to fix my trolling motor. I upgraded it, kind of my switch, so it works better. And yeah, I added an extra seat, but I'm gonna show you guys my tiny boat build. So it's one of those things. It's pretty cool. I've enjoyed making this thing, and I think I thought it would be cool to share my experience in building my boat, and I hope it helps you maybe build your own little boat. So take care, guys. Catch you on the next one.